it's been a pretty slow week of news in the technology world, but I found something that is interesting and I thought I wanted to share it. We talked before about a portless iPhone, and that seems to be the future where Apple is heading when it comes to their mobile device. But let's think about what else can they change in the design. And when you find something about a new phone, it's one of two sources. One is the supply chain, the manufacturers of the different components. Let's say in the China factory, the employees see, oh, this has no port, and then they would report it back to us, and we'd find out that the next iPhone is probably gonna lack that port. But that's short-term stuff, so that's how you find out about the very next iPhone. But when you want to know about the future of iPhones, you usually take a look at patents and trademarks Apple are filing. And in this one, it is supposedly looking like Apple are looking towards a technology where they replace buttons. So not only are portless iPhones, buttonless iPhones. And the technology is supposedly a pretty standard one, but with a different Apple additional flavor and spices. So the buttons will be flat, so they will replicate buttons, haptic feedback, and when you touch them, they will light up, indicating that you did maybe one increment of the thing you're trying to do, whether it's volume or other things. I guess it's only volume and the power button. And when I saw this, sometimes when an engineer is working on a product, you need a hard switch. You need some way to force it to shut down or something of that matter. How do you force it to turn off or force it to turn on if there is no juice, if there is no power? And apparently, the rumors are, they will hide a button in the SIM tray where you put the SIM card, and that would be sealed off and you'd be used only for emergency. And I don't know about historically how many iPhones have been reported damaged because of the buttons. In the old days, the home button, after a while, stopped being clicky, or it gets sticky, or it gets very weird. I'm sure some people have it, especially with maybe the silent switch. It changes over time. But it didn't cause me any trouble when it comes to buttons. Maybe they changed the way they make their buttons where they're very reliable over a long period of time. But I'm guessing, what do they help? It helps with the cosmetic changes and the minimalist change Apple might take when it comes to the designing that iPhone. And when, obviously, I'm not in my standard place, I'm back home. And another piece of news that I found interesting is Netflix recently hired a gaming executive. And that seems to push towards a gaming streaming future. There are many options with this already existing on the market by the likes of Google and Nvidia, where you stream your games. But it's really limited when it comes to the speed of the internet you're using, because back home, not everyone has, I mean, even in the UK, not everyone has the fastest of internets. And it's really different when you're comparing movies to games, because games are very interactive, lag is very important. And maybe I thought about this, and I've seen a couple of podcasts and technology videos. Maybe Netflix will add a gaming one, maybe for kids. Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's puzzles that you would get in your subscription, like, you know, the Candy Crush like games, where you're just doing a normal game while you're in your downtime. You're sitting on the couch between movies. You want to have something on the background for the kids to play or for yourself to play. And it was part of your subscription and it's already there. Maybe they slowly, if the technology becomes readily available to reduce lag, it would be the cheapest way to find your best games. It's been a slow news week, so there is not much to talk about. And that's usually the summer. That's when the bubblings of the new iPhone come out. And there hasn't been anything new. Everything is pretty much out there already. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next week. And stay safe.